Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Main Street Moments podcast. This is Kathy.
And Brian.
And today we're going to discuss all the news coming out of the D23 conference for Disney. And it's a conference they have every 2 years. And they announce all the stuff that's coming, new shows, movies. And this year it's going to be a lot of stuff happening with the parks, especially Epcot. So there was a lot of news last night coming out. And please join our Facebook group, Main Street Moments, because I'm posting everything in that group. Posting articles, videos, pictures, everything I see online. I've been checking constantly. I'm putting in this group, trying to keep you guys as up to date as possible.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about what we've heard so far coming out of the conference.
Well,
pretty exciting.
I'm excited, but when they announced the streaming service, I was telling you, okay, I'm going to watch all the old Disney movies, even like Fantasia. Everything but Dumbo, because I don't like to watch sad movies about animals.
Or Bambi, maybe.
I wasn't going to watch Bambi. I wasn't going to watch Dumbo.
Right.
But my plan was, with the Disney streaming service, was to watch all the old classic Disney movies. And so that when I go to the parks, like I'm fresh. Because a lot of these movies, you see them when you're a little kid, but you don't see them again. And now they announced all these new shows that they're going to have, like The Mandalorian and things like this. And I don't see how I'm going to be able to binge watch all the old Disney movies from the 40s and 50s and 60s when they've got all these new shows that are coming on.
Well, here's if you look on the graphic here, it has the new original shows, and there's a Christmas movie called Noel with Anna Kendrick, who's really funny. And you have The Mandalorian, which is the new Star Wars series based on, but Boba Fett's not in it, but it's based on what?
Boba Fett is a Mandalorian.
Right, okay. But he's not in this series.
So
that's the planet.
Well, Boba Fett died in Return of the Jedi. Remember, he got eaten by that creature in the desert when he fell. Well,
Han Solo threw him in.
Unless he was rescued out of the creature.
Who threw him in? Han? Did he throw him in? Did he grab his ankle? I can't remember.
Well, he kind of
got shot. He got shot.
Well, he was supposed to take like 1,000 years to be digested or something like that in the creature.
This was in the movie where Lando was telling Han where to aim.
Yeah.
And he said, little higher, little higher. Okay, that was funny.
No, Han was blind.
He was blind from the carbon thing. Yeah. Okay, so they're going to have an original series of that. I think that's directed by Jon Favreau, who does a lot of the Marvel. I don't know. He's a big director. Yeah. Then they're going to have a High School Musical TV show, which will be really cute, I think. The movies were really good.
What I was wondering with the High School Musical TV show, because we don't know, are they going to bring back any of the original cast?
Oh, I hope so.
Like Ashley Tisdale and
Corbin Bleu.
Yeah, we're talking about Corbin Bleu, and making one of them like a teacher or the drama teacher or the musical teacher, whatever it is.
I would make Corbin Bleu the basketball coach and make Ashley Tisdale the new drama teacher. I think that would be a great idea.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. Plus, okay, real quick, they're bringing a Lady and the Tramp live action TV series, which will be, the kids will love that. I don't know how they're going to make that a TV series, but that looks adorable. The Noel movie I was telling you about. Then they're going to have a Marvel TV series, Hero Project, or a movie, I'm not sure. And then The Monsters at Work, I think that's a new TV series, a new cartoon. I don't know what Encore is. Into the Unknown is a Frozen 2, making a Frozen 2 documentary. And this one really puzzles me. The World According to Jeff Goldblum. I have no clue. He's part of the Jurassic World franchise. I have no clue what he has to do with Disney or what that's going to be about. It seems like really
I don't know. Was Independence Day a Disney movie?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't know what that's about.
We'll see. That'll be interesting.
I saw in the video, I thought it might have been Jeff Goldblum, but I wasn't sure. It's Goldblum, right?
Goldblum,
Is it Goldblum?
And I like him, but
no, I like him, but I don't know what he's got going on. There was in the video for the streaming service at D23 that I saw on the Disney YouTube channel, their official YouTube channel. They showed a guy sitting down at some very fancy piano on stage from behind. It looked like Jeff Goldblum to me. I don't know. That seems weird.
We'll see. It's a little odd.
It seems weird.
And then I want to talk about this. I'm really excited about. If you look at this picture here on the video, okay, this is the new concept for the changes and things they're doing at Epcot. And you can see, if you look right here, I think this is the Mayan pavilion, the Mayan temple that's at the Mexican pavilion. And right there is a guitar, right there leaning against that Mexican Mayan temple. That is telling me, and I'm really hoping I'm right, that they might be turning the Mexican water ride, which is a lot of fun, into a Coco themed ride. I'm really
Well,
hoping for that
you
because
know,
that is one of my favorite movies. So
basically,
I think that's a little hint.
or they could be adding a show, but there's not really room for a show.
No, there's been rumors for years. Well, not years. There's been rumors for since Coco came out, maybe a few months after,
Yeah.
that they were planning on turning that water ride into a Coco
Well,
themed ride. They're slowly transferring.
They've been doing a Coco thing now where
Right.
the band comes out and they have like the big puppet,
right.
you know,
That's
and they
right.
got in the
They're
street.
slowly changing it, I
But
think.
you know, the thing about Epcot, it's with everything they're announcing at Epcot. Epcot is my favorite park, and I don't know why it is my favorite park. And it was not always that way. When I was younger, it was not my favorite park because when I was younger, I thought, oh, boring. What is there to do here? You're just looking at stuff. But I like Epcot, and what they're doing to Epcot is really making the final transformation into it becoming an amusement park, because it really wasn't an amusement park before. It was kind of like a place where you went to learn and then learn about the world and learn about technology.
But I think they're getting back to that. To the original concept.
They're going to have a lot of rides. So just based on what we got going on now, okay? We've got the ride in Mexico, which will either stay or be in another ride.
See right here, you can see better the guitar against the Mexican.
We've got Test Track. We've got Spaceship Earth, the Guardians of the Galaxy coaster, right? Spaceship Earth.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille's coming.
That's going to be amazing.
Maybe Mary Poppins, we'll find out on Sunday. Living with the Land, Soarin', and the Seas Pavilion. That's like 10 rides. Have I left anything out?
No.
So Epcot is no longer a place for it's. I did. I left out Frozen.
Right. Frozen.
So that's 11.
Well, they're adding rides, but
so that's it's now. Epcot will now be officially an amusement park.
They're making
like
it more
the Magic Kingdom.
Well, that's what they're doing with Hollywood Studios. Hollywood Studios started as like a working movie studio. And that was how it was for a long time. It was MGM when it first opened. And now they're transitioning into more of a theme park feel. So I think with Epcot, they want to do both. I think they're trying to take Future World back to the original concept. And we can talk about this, which I'm really excited about. They're going to have a Moana themed walkthrough attraction called Journey of Water. And I love Moana. It's one of my favorite movies. And it says here, this is not a ride. It's going to be like an interactive walkthrough, kind of like the pavilions at Future World, like Horizons. And, used to walk through them and do like hands-on exhibits.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be something like that with a hands-on thing dealing with water. So I think they're going to try to make Epcot stick with that original concept of hands-on exhibits.
Yeah.
And this will be focusing on water mostly.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks really cool. And it's going to be in that area they're tearing down, which is Innovations. Is it Innovations?
Yeah,
or
Innovations.
Yeah, Innovations
East
West.
and West. They're tearing them. I think they're getting
No.
rid of both of them.
They're leaving Easttown, I think, and taking down West, where
they said
Club Cool is.
They're moving Club Cool. They're moving Mouse Gear, and they're taking that's the backside of Innovations.
Mouse Gear is getting a renovation. It's going to move to another location during the renovation and move back.
Okay.
So that building so far, even if you in the concept art today, the building where Mouse Gear is staying. It's just going to get an upgrade.
So
the other building's getting ripped down.
The Innovations near the front of the park is getting totally torn down. They're going to open all that up.
Well, yeah, I've been telling you for a long time now that the Innovations East buildings have a smell to them. It sounds to me like it's like sick building syndrome, like
they
mold
don't look
or mildew
either.
in there. It's wasted space.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that. But there's so many things that they're doing to Epcot. It's going to be a mess for a long time.
It will be. I wonder how they're going to work with going into the park and getting people through all this construction. Now, I know they barricade things off and you kind of walk through, but all this is going to start October 1st. They're going to start tearing things down and working on all these changes. So there's really going to be nothing to do or see in Future World for a long time.
Future World, well, the way it looks to me, okay, the way they're doing it, because they said Epcot, they haven't gotten into the details of this, and maybe we'll get the details on Sunday.
We'll know more, yeah.
But they said Epcot is going to be, I think they said 5 sections. I don't want to say
go right
lands.
Here. 4 neighborhoods.
Oh, 4. Okay, 4 neighborhoods.
Will unify Epcot.
So right now, so far as I know, right now, Epcot's 2, right? You got the World Showcase and Future World. So now they're going to have 4 neighborhoods. So does that mean there's no more Future World?
It says right here, As a part of the release of the Epcot Overhaul concept art, Disney briefly mentions that Epcot will be held together by neighborhoods when all is said and done. Here's the information released. Epcot at Walt Disney World Resort in Florida is undergoing a historic transformation, bringing the next generation of immersive storytelling to life through a plethora of new attractions and experiences. Epcot will be unified with 4 neighborhoods that take guests to new destinations where the real is made fantastic in a celebration of curiosity, hands-on wonder, and the magic of possibility. That's
Yeah.
all we know right now.
Well, it sounds pretty cool. And, when you look at this concept, they've got this one building. Okay, so we got the Moana walkthrough, which is kind of like this big green area to the right of Spaceship Earth.
Well, how do you know that's where it's going to be?
That's what people suspect.
Oh, okay.
They haven't said it's going to be here, but it looks like. And then they've got this other building. We don't know what it is that has like the rooftop forest thing going on.
Yes.
We don't know what that is, and that's going to be where.
Picture. Let me see if this.
Yeah, that's going to be where Club Cool is today. That building we know is going to be there.
Okay, I can't get this bigger, but right back here where the arrow is going to be like a garden area that's kind of like an elevated greenhouse, okay, which looks really neat. Back here is the World Showcase, and this is all the future world, and this is where Innoventions is now, and they're going to tear all that down, and it's going to be all open like this. So this will stay, so it'll be really interesting. I'm excited about it. I guess these are the 4 neighborhoods, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm guessing.
I don't know if when they make these announcements, because there's a lot of press there, I don't know if they take questions or not. Do they? I don't know if they have any press conference-like situations. But
I don't know. I haven't seen that yet.
If they do, I wish one person, because I don't think they're going to tell us this. I want to know what the future of all the festivals are, because the festivals were, I now I could be wrong with this, but I was always under the impression that all of the festivals were brought in to bring crowds to the park, because they needed to increase traffic at Epcot Center.
Mm-hmm.
So now that they've got so much going on when the overhaul's done, and by the way, I think this all will be done at Epcot by 2022, because that's the 40th anniversary of the park.
Yeah,
it would have been 82. So I think they'll want it done by then. But the festivals, the parks are going to be so busy. You got Ratatouille back here, you got the gondola back there, you got everything over here.
We'll see what the future is for those.
It's already difficult enough to get through the park on the weekends with the festivals, with the booths and everything. You add all these new attractions.
Yeah, and they might table them for a while.
And what you're going to see more than you normally do at Epcot because of all this are you really don't see a lot of kids at Epcot these days.
Well, you will soon.
There's not that there are no kids, but
it's not like Magic Kingdom.
No, it's a lot more adults without kids or without little kids. So all these things they're doing are to bring in little kids. Right. I think the festivals are kind of get in the way.
And this is a really good website, Blog Mickey. I get a lot of articles from there. It's fantastic. Also, quickly.
Oh, there was one thing I don't want to forget, Kathy. If you look on the concept art, you can't see it on this picture you're showing, but if you look on the concept art for Epcot and you look right next to the Guardians of the Galaxy coaster, they have this light that's going up into the sky. That is a space elevator, and what that signifies is the new restaurant, the new space restaurant.
Oh, maybe.
Where, remember do you remember in the Living Seas when you took those elevators underwater? They called them hydravators or something like that. And it looked like, and there were like windows in them, and it looked like you were going underwater.
Yes, I remember those.
They're going to have something similar, I would imagine.
But like you're going up in space.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so you're going to take an elevator into space, and if you look on all the concept maps, right next to the Guardian of the Galaxy roller coaster, you'll see it's like shooting light up into the sky, and it's a space
neat.
elevator.
Well, and then they've announced the name of the Avengers Land at Disneyland, which is going to be Avengers Campus. And I don't follow Avengers too much. It's not my thing, but they're going to have a Stark Industries. If you go to our Facebook group, you'll see a bunch of articles and concept art about that too. There's going to be like a Stark Industries there. And it's going to be, the theming is they're recruiting superheroes from around the world, and you go there to learn how to be a superhero or something, which is cute. I'm not sure how I feel about the name, but I guess it fits. Yeah. But it's cute. Okay, another thing I want to talk about is, this is interesting. They unveiled a bunch of new posters. Let me click this on and see if we get anything, because I want to show you. I don't see it here. Okay, right here. They released all these new posters, which are really cool by this husband and wife artist duo, and they're very like mid-century modern type art theme. It's really cool, the style. And some of the posters are from exhibits that are no longer here, like Wonders of Life, the Maelstrom, the Energy Pavilion, and then they have some new things like France. And then if you look right here, revealing on Sunday.
Yeah, there's
what
two
is
things.
that going to be?
There's two things.
There's two that said
okay, there's two
revealing.
empty spaces reveal
That's
on
right.
Sundays. One of the a lot of people think one will be Mary Poppins, which I don't know. Was the Mary Poppins movie a big hit? I was under the impression it wasn't.
It was a huge hit.
Was
Wait,
it?
the second one?
Yeah, the one that just came out.
No, I think it'll be based on the first original film.
Not Emily Blunt?
No, I think it'd be based on Julie Andrews.
Okay, and the other
would
one,
hope.
I know everyone's saying Brazil, okay, will be
Yeah.
the new country, and I think so too, because if you go to the parks, Brazil, there are people who are Disney cast members that wear green shirts for Brazil, and they have people at all the parks.
Like ambassadors.
Yeah, and they are just there to help people that are visiting from Brazil. I don't know of any other country that has representatives in all the parks that work for Walt Disney World to hand, not everybody speaks, there are many languages other than
Mhm.
Portuguese, so it's more than that. Brazil, Disney must be really hot so far as Brazilians go. So I'm thinking it is going to be Brazil.
Yeah, that would not be my first choice. I would much rather see India, and I could see a really cool replica of the Taj Mahal with great Indian food and all that. I think that's a better pick. Or Australia would be really cool. Brazil's not the top of my list, but
Well,
I'm sure it'll be nice.
I think Brazil is going to be awesome because it'll be, don't they have like the big street festivals and stuff?
but the
that's what it'll
problem-
be. It'll be like a big party all the time,
The
like
problem with that
Oktoberfest in
is
Germany.
maybe, but they'd have to do it inside of a building because remember, a long time ago at World Showcase, they had a parade that would go around in the evenings.
Yeah.
And they stopped it because it was such a mess with the crowds because there's nowhere for the crowds to go. When you're in World Showcase, you can go back behind the pavilions, but it's not like Magic Kingdom when there's a parade, you can be in a totally other section of the park and not even see the parade. When there was a parade through World Showcase, I remember it was you could not move and it was like crazy, the crowds, and they stopped doing that. So I was thinking the same thing, like a carnival type thing, but I don't know, would they do that every night? That seems like a big mess with the crowds for me. Maybe an indoor restaurant.
I would kind of like, we were talking
carnival
about this
theming.
a while back, and I think it's your idea, but Australia would be really cool.
Yeah, with the Sydney Opera House.
Yeah, that would
I
be
think
really
India
awesome.
with the Taj Mahal would be great. I really do. India is such a huge country.
But I'm telling you, everybody's saying Brazil.
Yeah, it's
but
just not my
have
first choice.
People have been saying that for a long time. There's no indicate. We'll find out Sunday.
We'll find out Sunday. I mean, I think that poster revealing, these posters are really cool. They have some of the pavilions and they have some of the old, they did a poster for almost everything. The ride at the Mexican pavilion is the Grand Fiesta Tour. So I think they're going to change that to a Coco themed. And they have a lot of cool posters here for different pavilions and countries and rides. So we'll see what that is on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's the Brazilian announcement, but maybe it will just be Ratatouille or something. No, I think I saw the Ratatouille poster.
No, the Ratatouille is already being, it's over there behind France, the building. It's not going to be Ratatouille.
Oh yeah, you're right. So I think it's going to be
it's going to be a country.
the Brazilian
They
thing.
need, they have room for several more countries. And people don't
Absolutely.
realize this, but they
need
more
to
room.
announce two. They really need to announce two to really give a wow factor.
There's room over by the UK and Canada for another country too. There's room for other countries.
Okay, so we wanted to talk about this because I'm a little disappointed in a way.
A lot of people are going to be.
Yeah, and we had talked about this. The new Star Wars hotel is coming, and they're working on it. And you and I talked about. You said we'll probably never be able to afford to live there, or to go there and visit. And
the Disney Hotel.
The Disney Hotel for Star Wars. Now,
Yeah.
I don't think the building is actually going to look like this, but this is the name of the ship. It's the Halcyon, they're calling it.
Well, I've seen the
Halcyon,
building, okay,
yeah.
because the building is under construction and it's right next to Galaxy's Edge and it's right off the road. So when you're driving,
Mhm.
when you turn off the main Disney road and you make this right turn to head to Hollywood Studios, you can see the building. It's not obstructed. And the building for the Star Wars Hotel is tiny.
So it's not going to look like
tiny.
this, I'm
The
assuming.
outside is not going to look like this spaceship.
Right, so I don't know why they're... I
But
guess
you're
this
supposed
is
to-
your imagination
Well,
as you're on this ship.
When you go to this, the outside of the hotel is really not going to be too visible to anyone, even the people that are staying there.
Okay. The inside looks amazing. And if you go to our, like I said, our Facebook page, there's a lot of concept art and you can scroll down and I could try to find it. It's down a bit.
The what they're doing here is
explain how it's going to work.
You're supposed to the story behind the Star Wars hotel is you're on a space, like an ocean liner, but in space,
you're on
a
a
space
cruise.
liner. You're on a cruise ship in space, like you would be on a cruise on the ocean here on the Earth. And they're selling, I guess, voyages on the cruise ship.
Yeah.
3, 5 day, 10 day, 7 days.
Like you go on a cruise, but in space.
And the prices.
And it's all inclusive. All inclusive.
The official prices have not been announced, but it is going to be pricey because they're booking it as if the way it looks like they're booking it is as if you're booking a regular cruise. And if anyone goes cruising, I take cruises, but the Disney cruises are 3-4 times the cost of other cruises with comparable ships. Okay, it's very expensive.
But it's all inclusive too. This resort, it's going to be drinks included, food. It's
with
like
their own
being on a
entrance to
cruise.
Galaxy's Edge,
Right?
But it is like going on a cruise, and the prices are going to be outrageous.
Yeah,
and it's very small, very few rooms. Even for people that can afford it and are willing to pay to go, it's going to be hard to get reservations for this.
Let me ask you
years.
this though. This is what I'm wondering. Would you rather go on that? Obviously, it's Star Wars, and if they do it right, people will want to go on it. But if you're going to shell out, if it's, a couple $1,000s a person for 3 days, and you have a family of 4, okay, you're talking $8,000. Are you going to say to yourself, gee, I don't know, maybe we should just go on a Disney cruise for 4 days and be on the ocean and go to actual ports of call instead of spending $8,000 to stay in a hotel? Cool as it is,
the way it works is now all this could change, but what's been said so far is the lobby itself will look like a regular lobby, and then when you go upstairs, you're on the spaceship. Okay,
I think it's a really
and it's
great
going to be
idea.
complete immerse. So you're going to have your own cabin. There'll be the windows look out into space. You don't
like a cruise.
You don't get to see Florida or Disney or Galaxy's Edge. And it sounds like a pretty cool idea, but it's going to be expensive. I don't know if we'll ever stay there. Yeah, well,
but people go on the Disney cruise and pay lots of money.
But the Disney cruise is actually going places.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You go to ports, you go to an island.
This isn't going anywhere.
No.
Stay there.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, if they include park tickets, that might sweeten the pot. If they say you stay here, it's $2,500 a person, say, for 3 days.
Yeah.
That includes food, drinks, and park tickets. Then people might say, well, now you're talking. But if it's just for the hotel, well, we're not going anywhere. I mean, we're not really traveling through space. Is it really worth?
You know what it sounds like to
money?
me? It sounds kind of like this Star Wars hotel. You're on this space cruise ship. It sounds almost like Westworld, like you're being transported to another world. And what I'm wondering is how immersive is it? Like the people that work in the hotel, are they in character as crew members to this cruise ship? And
I think so.
Well, the reason I ask this is if you ever take like a real cruise, there are always cocktail parties, like a big thing. There's always cocktail parties with the captain. There's the captain's cocktail party. There's the captain's table at dinner. I wonder if there'll be like a captain of the ship walking around the hotel, the captain of this space cruise ship.
I'm sure there will be. I'm sure there'll be a full crew.
And you know what I'm wondering is, even though it's not going anywhere because it's not real, but I wonder if it'll like pretend to go places like, in
the windows.
Yeah, today we're, at Hoth. I don't know. I don't know who'd take a cruise to Hoth.
And then the windows show you that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and you're going skiing. We're going to go skiing in Hoth today.
You can't get out. It's too cold, but you can look outside.
And then you walk outside and you're in Galaxy's Edge and it's 105 degrees in Florida. But I'm wondering how immersive it is going to be. People will pay, and it is small, very few rooms. But it'll pay. People will pay, and it'll always be filled up. But a lot of people are talking lately that Disney is becoming a place for wealthy people, not middle class people.
Yeah, no.
And a lot of people say, well, what would Walt Disney think? And we don't know what Walt Disney would think because he's not here to deal with all these new things.
Expensive prices.
But they are, we are lucky people, not because we're rich, because we're not. We're lucky people. We live in Florida. We're a couple hours away from the parks, and we're annual pass holders, and Floridians get a deal on the annual pass holders. But
we're not going to be able to stay at the Star Wars hotel. But it's too much money.
We do get discounts on hotels as annual pass holders, but a discount on the Star Wars hotel
won't even make a dent.
A friend of mine is a travel agent, and
Yeah.
he told me that there's going to be a travel agent preview, and he's going to get to stay. So
Maybe he'll take
if that
you.
happens, well, he'll be with his family. I won't be able to stay with him.
That's true.
But I'm hoping he'll be able to take me to show it to me.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So anyway, then there's this looks really cool. It says here.
You're not going to be able to resort hop it like you can, I bet you. They're not going to let you do that.
Maybe not. You're right, because it's supposed to be like a ship.
Yeah, it's so
in
expensive and
space.
inclusive.
Yeah. So anyway, it says here, I'm going to read, this is from another, from Attractions Magazine, which is another really great source for information. It said this October, guests will get a peek at the plans for Epcot in the Odyssey Events Pavilion called Walt Disney Imagineering present the Epcot Experience. Inside, guests will find interactive exhibits that showcase the innovation, energy, and excitement coming to the park through its transformative process. So this to me seems like,
including that model that we've been seeing.
Yeah, I don't know if this is, I don't know if this,
right.
I don't know if this is a temporary exhibit, because it seems to me this is an interactive area that's going to show you everything coming to Epcot and all the things working with Imagineers. I really would like to see Disney do more showing behind the scenes and do more with Imagineers and how things come, how things germinate and how things come to be. And maybe they'll have exhibits where you can do something like hands-on that an Imagineer would experience and kind of feel like you're an Imagineer yourself. I think that would be a really cool idea.
You know, like
maybe that's what this is. I
like
don't know.
at Universal Studios Orlando, they have that really cool show on the makeup magic, and they have a guy who's supposed to be a makeup artist from Hollywood, who's explaining the special effects of movies and makeup. If they had a show like that with an Imagineer or a cast member, portraying an Imagineer, that would be a cool thing. And that exhibit, that odd model that they're showing of Epcot, that's going to be in the center of that exhibit, the one we're seeing on all the videos from D23
Okay. Well,
right
this
now.
is one of the light cycles
From
for Tron, which looks really cool. I'm just going through some pictures on our Facebook.
There's one
group.
thing about the Tron that I learned about in Japan, because what are the two guys from England that we watch on YouTube?
L&R Dreaming.
Okay, L&R Dreaming.
Yeah, they're great.
On YouTube. They've been to every park in the world. They've even been to Shanghai.
I think so.
And they're here in Orlando all the time, in Florida. But they recently...
They went to Hawaii too recently.
Yeah,
Alani.
they recently went to the Tron ride. Is it in Japan or China, the Tron ride? I think it's in Japan. It's in Japan.
I don't know.
And they rode it in Japan with, they have the cycles on it. You don't have to ride on the cycles. They have at the back of the train, they have a car connected to the cycles for Tron that you can sit in, like a regular...
They don't have a sidecar?
Not a sidecar like Naked
that's
Hagrid's.
good to know.
But there's an actual... Now, this is in Japan. I'm assuming they'll have it here, too. But you don't have to ride on the cycle. There's a regular car you can actually sit down in, too, in the back.
Okay, here's some concept art. The pictures aren't very big, so I don't know if I want to bring that up. There's some concept art of the Star Wars... We won't look at that now.
It looks pretty nice, but
just because I can't make the pictures large. Here's one of the rooms.
I wish it was more affordable.
Now, this is, if you go to our Facebook group, Main Street Moments, and I've got all this posted. Plus, it's a really fun group. We do questions, and people post their pictures. This is the for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway ride. This is the ride vehicle, which looks kind of cool. I don't know how you can see, though. This looks very obstructive to me. I mean, it's like, I don't know.
It looks like the car that you sit in is like a miniature.
I mean, this was at D23. This is a model.
That's an actual ride
so this
vehicle.
Seems like it might get in the way of what's in front of you.
Unless
that
everything's on the side.
Maybe yeah. So these are some pictures from the Marvel Universe area right here, concept art, which again, I'm not into Avengers. It's not my thing. But these are some concept art images at Disneyland, Avengers Campus.
Yeah, I know a lot of people will agree with this, okay? This is just my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think the Avengers fit into Walt Disney World. And I'll tell you, before Universal got the deal with, to get the Harry Potter, licensing, Disney was approached and talked about it. And a lot of the people at Walt Disney that, Imagineers didn't think Harry Potter fit into Walt Disney World. And I agree with that. And I really don't think Spider-Man and Iron Man really fit into Disney, in my opinion.
No, it's not.
So I'm glad it's not coming to Florida.
Yeah, it's not my thing, but it's very, very popular. I always affiliate it with Universal because that's where it was for so long, and you go and they have
Well,
they have
you
rides
know,
there.
at Universal Studios Orlando, they have a Spider-Man ride, they have a
Mhm.
Hulk roller coaster. You know, they got the whole Marvel universe. So I don't know. I just don't think it. I don't think the Marvel universe fits at Walt Disney World. I don't know why. It just doesn't seem to fit to me.
Well, yeah, I agree with you, but I don't think that's a popular opinion we have. I think a lot of people really, really love it. So I'm trying to think of anything else that came out that they announced.
Well, those are the big ones, and
Those are the big
I'm
ones.
excited about um, Epcot because I love Epcot. It's going to be a mess for a few years,
Yeah. Oh,
but
yeah.
you know, all these changes at Epcot, I
This is
think,
the
are really
Lady and the
awesome.
Tramp poster, and anything with talking animals. That's a cute thing. The kids are gonna love. I think it's adorable. I really feel like Disney Plus is really gonna hurt Netflix a lot because right now Netflix has all the Disney movies. Most of them, or a lot of them, and the contract ends.
Well, you know, people forget because, you know, with streaming today, a lot of people don't
Mhm.
even know about this. Disney used to be very stingy with their collection.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they would have back in the days of laser discs and videotapes, they would release something and it would come out and like, okay, this is the last time you're going to be able to buy it, and you wouldn't be able to buy it for like 5 years if you didn't buy it like while it was out now.
Mhm.
And for them to have their entire library of film and television shows, plus all these new things,
It
is a
said
pretty big
unlimited
deal.
downloads, and it's going to be a lot cheaper than Netflix too. I think it's like $6.99 a month.
Well, to
For
start,
now, for now.
they get us hooked in.
I'm super excited, and from what I've read, it has original shows like we talked about, The Mandalorian, High School Musical, and the Monsters Inc., The Monsters at Work. I'm real excited. I
You know
love
what I'd like to see them
cartoons.
bring back to the Disney the Disney streaming service? I'd like them to bring back like the Wonderful World of Disney, where they do,
Yes.
you know, when there's a live event at the park, I would like them to like show it.
They need to bring back the
You know?
Wonderful World of... Oh, another thing I forgot to talk about. The first thing they really announced, they've had this secret project, and it is a documentary. I'm not sure if it is a one-time documentary film or a series, but it's all about the employees and behind the scenes of what it takes to make the Disney parks go, and all the workers and what they go through. And I think that is a great... I like the behind the scenes
Yeah,
stuff.
they haven't done anything like that in a long time. And I'll tell you something I would like to see them do too. I would like to for the streaming service.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see them do this. A lot of people probably, no, I don't think anybody would have thought of what I'm going to tell you, but I would not be surprised if they did this. Because they're going to do this behind the scenes with cast members is probably going to be a semi-regular thing they do.
I hope it's a series.
But
I think it's a good idea.
I would like to see them do, and I'm telling you, they might do this, do kind of a behind the scenes with some of the vloggers. Because there's so many, Disney welcomes vloggers.
That'd be interesting.
And yeah,
They
I
can
think
call
that'd
us anytime.
Yeah, they can call.
I don't think we'd be at the top of their
Well,
list
you know,
right now.
someone like Tim Tracker,
Absolutely.
you know, so you know, and people at that
Do
level,
like a-
Resort TV
I
One,
think that's a great idea. Do
you know,
a series
people like
on them
that.
and follow them around and what they do.
and how
I
they
think that's a
vlog
great
and what
idea.
goes into it and how they just. I think a lot of people would be interested.
I
in
would
that.
love for them to bring back the Wonderful World of Disney. That was a huge part of our childhood in the 70s and 80s, and Walt himself hosted it. And I'm not sure when that started. I think it started in the 60s, and it went on through into the 70s before he passed away. And I think it continued after. I think without him, I'm not sure, but I remember Sunday
they
nights.
used to do it with Michael Eisner would do
for
it,
a while,
yeah.
yeah. But Walt did it himself.
Yeah.
And I remember as a kid watching those, and every Sunday, the Wonderful World of Disney would come on, and it would have like cartoons and news coming out. I can't remember exactly. It was
It was really good.
40 years ago.
It was good.
Movies. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, we're going to keep looking at all the news coming out of D23 today, tomorrow. We're planning on doing at least one more podcast this weekend, maybe a few more, just to keep you guys updated on all the latest news. Thanks so much. Please like, subscribe, and please hit that notification bell, because then you'll get notified of our new podcasts coming out, new vlogs that we do, anything like that. Thanks so much, guys, and we'll see you at the parks.